stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So will you lead us in the invitation, please?
Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you once again asking a special blessing on this council and thanking you, Father, for bringing us through a safe 4th of July and for all the monies that the organizations made for their different programs. And Father, I thank you especially for all these young boys and girls in the boxing program and for their coaches, Father. It is so great to see so many of our young people involved in a worthwhile project. Just be with our council and the staff tonight, Father, and direct us in everything we say and do. Thank you in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Canada?
She's going to be a little late.
Okay. Councilmember Schultz?
Here.
Councilmember Chaidez?
He's here.
Mayor Pro Tem Heckerman?
Here.
Mayor Prida?
Here.
You have a quorum.
We have presentations and proclamations. The first one is introduction by Stephen Klein, Los Angeles County Public Library, Regional Director of the New York City of Hawaiian Gardens Library, or the New City, I'm sorry, of Hawaiian Gardens Library, Director Maria Ortiz.
Thank you for inviting me to introduce Marie Ortiz, the new library manager here at the Hawaiian Gardens Library. We're very pleased to have appointed Marie. She comes to us with over 20 years' experience in the county library system. She started her career at the library in Rosemead. She worked in East Los Angeles, and most recently she was at the library up in La Cañada, Flintridge. She started with us on June 19th. We've had a meeting with the city administrator and also with a couple of members of the council. I'd like to now present Marie Ortiz.
Thank you very much. It's nice to meet all of you. I hope to reinforce your commitment to the children of this community. I am not new to the region. I went to Norwalk High School. My in-laws were longtime residents of Hawaiian Gardens. Excuse me. I have been in public service for 20 years, and I have also had a strong commitment to children. We now have, for our sign-up program, for our summer reading program, over 200 children signed up. Plus, we've had 5 classrooms since the 19th of June come in. And we've also had 2 library-sponsored programs with an attendance of 86, an average of 86. So you can see that we're serving the needs of the community also. I look forward to working with you and on library and community projects, and I thank you for your support.
Thank you. We have a couple of presentations to make. Congratulations to George Gomez, Hawaiian Gardens resident, for his outstanding effort in representing the city in the National Boxing Tournament. And we also have Abner Mares, Hawaiian Gardens resident, for his excellent achievement in boxing. Would you please step forward and receive your awards?
Is it Abner? I guess his training. Is he coming up now? We're waiting for him. Yeah, I'm hanging out with all my homeboys. What are you talking about? Is that him? Is that him? No, that's his brother. Oh, that's all right. His brother can accept for it. I think on his behalf, we're going to have his brother, Abisai Mares, take his resolution. The reason, I guess, his brother was not able to make it down, I think, today. So we can give a round of applause for Abisai Mares. So yes, right now that everybody's taking pictures, I'll kind of brief everybody on what exactly happened out there in Michigan. Like I said, both of these boys had a very stiff competition out there in Michigan. Georgie actually competed a total of 6 times within 2 weeks. Abner competed 5, and he stayed another 2 weeks because he was selected to stay with an international tournament there at Michigan. Things now, Georgie being the number 1 in the nation, he's being asked to go to Mexico City, where they're going to be holding the first Pan Am Games for the Junior Olympians, this being the 30th anniversary of the Junior Olympics. So like I said, it's an honor in the sense that he'll be representing not only here at Hawaiian Gardens, and which we also represented the Region 14, which is the southwestern section. And we got another trip that he has to look forward to is also Baku out there in Russia. So he's going to be looking forward to that trip for in October. And this young man, George, he happened to be the youngest at the Junior Olympians. He was participating in the 15 and 16-year-old bracket, but he happened to make the 15-year-old sector by 3 days. He made it, so he was competing against gentlemen that were up to almost 17 years old. And for this being his first time, there was several kids that approached me up there and saying, who is this kid? We've never heard of him, from Hawaiian Gardens. What's going on? And I go, well, the reason he had never attended the Nationals because he was never old enough. So being his first time at the Nationals, being the youngest out there at the Nationals, he surprised everybody. He even surprised me. Like, I expected him to do very well, and I told him, I go, the pressure's on you. I know, and I just want you to go out there as best as you can. And bet if you, for some reason, happen to surprise me by winning the whole thing, I won't be mad at you. So if we could please give him a round of applause. I'm very proud of Mr. Gomez.
They've heard of him now.
We were even proud of him before he went out there. He's a very, like I said, he's on his work ethics. He's very tough kid, as in keeping an eye on, like I said, doing all the things he needs to do. Like I said, the last time I was up here, we were speaking about him, and he is a role model for all these other young men that you happen to see. All these ones that are sitting here are all hard workers. It's just something to kind of look at, to strive forward, that that it is possible. The main thing is just hard work. Hard work does wonders. And like one of the main things I always tell them, examples that I've learned over the years. Somebody had told me an example of Lee Trevino, the golfer, that every time they said that he was very lucky. And I've told these young kids that he always said that the harder he worked, the luckier he got for some reason. Thank you very much.
See, it was just somebody broke into it.
No? We even have a bill.
For you folks out there are looking at all these kids are on our boxing program. Probably the best participation we've ever had in our boxing program. It's great to see girls out there participating. And we had to get a second coach. There's just too many kids. So it's a good thing. That's what we want to see.
Oral communications, items on the agenda. This is a time reserved for members of the audience wishing to speak on agenda items. This period will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Maximum time allocated is 15 minutes. Please step forward and give us your name and address for the record. There being no one, oral communications, not on the agenda. This is a time reserved for members of the audience wishing to speak on items not on the agenda and within the legislative body's jurisdiction. Please step forward and give us your name and address for the record, please.
My name is David Valdez. I live at 14343 La Crescenta Avenue in Victorville, California, 92392. Good evening. Thank you for having me. Mr. Marquez, thank you for inviting me. I'm here on behalf of the state of California and my company, and a company called Veterans and Community Service, to introduce something that should have been introduced to the city of Hawaiian Gardens many years ago. I'm representing the Weatherization Program. I hope you all received your pamphlets I prepared for you. What that pamphlet just represents, it's just giving you a description of what we do, that we're qualified to do it. In a nutshell, we go to people's homes and weatherize them. We do everything from exterior doors, weather stripping, attic insulation, box windows, the dual pane windows, ceiling fans. We test for carbon monoxide, make sure the house is safe. We put in heaters, water heaters, stoves if there's a carbon monoxide problem. And currently, just last week, I signed a contract with the state of California and Veterans and Community Service to install energy saving appliances. In this program, the community, the person in the community, the household, can receive a new refrigerator, a new microwave, energy efficient lighting for indoor and outdoor. So there's several programs that client can qualify for. How it started was about 18 years ago. There was a energy crisis, and utility companies overcharged everybody throughout the state, actually throughout the United States. Department of Energy behind them, public utility commissions. And when they were finally caught and they admitted that they were overcharging, they asked, to pay the people back, and they had no way of knowing who they overcharged. So they told them to start this energy program. Started small, and it's been growing with the energy crisis. And the Senate bill just passed for $140 million allocated to the state of California. I am one of 4 service providers for Southern California. And under my jurisdiction is your city. And like I was telling Mr. Marquez, I'm real sorry that, we've been servicing Long Beach, Norwalk, Lakewood, San Pedro. There's a listing of areas in the booklet. And unfortunately, we've done thousands and thousands, 10,000s of homes in that area, and we've only done 6 in Hawaiian Gardens. So last month when I told my staff, I gave them specific areas to target, and I asked how many we've done in Hawaiian Gardens, and my secretary told me 6 to 8, excuse me for that error. And we weren't real sure because it was a few years back. And immediately that was a red flag for me. And I contacted Mr. Marquez right away, and I said, I put this whole thing together, and I want to address it to your city, whether via cable network or through your community newspaper. And it's a great program. If you read through it, it's a description of my company. I personally started 5 years ago with a $14,000 contract. I'm almost to $3 million. And there's articles in the paper about us. We're qualified, we're insured, and we want to service your city with all of these programs. A client can qualify according to their household size and how much income they make in that household. So we have federal poverty guidelines that we go by. If they fall in there, they can qualify for 1 to all 3, maybe 4 of the programs we have. And like I said, it's time for Hawaiian Gardens to get their share, and I'm here to help you help the community. So if I can answer any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them for you.
It's your organization and nonprofit? Is that what it is?
No, not mine. But I'm a subcontractor to Veterans and Community Service, which is a nonprofit.
Okay.
And in the back pamphlet here, if you have any, if you need to verify, who we are and so on, I've put a contact listing sheet here. So there's somebody you can call at the state level at Veterans and Community Service, or you can contact me freely anytime at my office.
Okay.
You have to be a homeowner?
No, ma'am. If you rent, whether it's an apartment or a house, all we need is authorization from the owner. And we have a authorization form that we usually get from the owner or give to the tenant gives us from the owner, and then we put it in the package of verification, and then we go out and do the work.
Do you have any flyers or anything we can give out to the public?
They're in the booklet, and Mr. Marquez and myself, he asked me to get him some flyers on a disc so he can put them on the cable with your blessing. And the flyers are in here. I've made copies of them. There's 3 different programs, and in here I did not put the gas company program, where if somebody is overqualified for the state program, I'm also a contractor for the gas company, and they can qualify to have their heater, FAU, forced air unit, replaced free of charge. All these programs are free.
Okay, great.
Good.
Well,
About
sounds
time
good.
we're having something for our people in this city.
Absolutely.
Great.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
Well, we'll try to participate and spread the word around.
Very good. Mr. Marquez, thank you. Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm just wondering,
Yes.
Can you give us an example? Let's say there's a senior citizen on a fixed income, and they're qualified, and they have a unit that, they haven't purchased an electrical efficient. Would it be a refrigerator? What else that they might be eligible for?
Well, there's 3 contracts,
Okay.
and we can actually stack the contracts up because they're same funding source, but 3 different contracts. So we can go in there, walk in, evaluate qualify the tenant for full weatherization, and then also add the refrigerator program, microwave program, and energy efficient lighting program. And then on top of that, we can also do the heater. Put a brand new heater, a high efficient heater. Everything we take out is a energy burden type of unit, and all we put in is Energy Star, energy rated appliances, or anything we put in is energy efficient.
Dave, can you explain weatherization just so they can get an understanding?
Sure. Mr. Marquez?
Excuse me, would it be possible to have some of these flyers printed in Spanish?
Absolutely. I have them in Spanish, ma'am.
Okay,
Also-
good.
Your Honor.
Also, does this cover mobile homes also?
It does.
Good.
It does cover.
We have 2 mobile home parks here in the city.
Yeah, that's fine. We do have a small problem with mobile homes. It's when it comes to the heating unit itself, you have to put a specific type of heating unit in it, and those are very expensive, and we have certain caps we have to stay under, and a lot of times we cannot reach, it goes above the cap. But yes, we do service mobile homes.
Thank you.
Mr. Marquez asked me to explain weatherization. I'll tell you a quick story about myself. This is why I fell in love with the program, and I remember the first time I installed weatherization. I was working with Veterans and Community Service 18 years ago. But as a kid, of 13 in Texas in a 1-bedroom house, I was the youngest. I still am. And, I always got to sleep next to the door. And in San Antonio, it got very cold, and I remember that crack under the door and that wind blowing in, my whole back freezing, and my brothers and sisters were on the other side. So I was like the windshield. and to date, we love to service kids, households with children or senior citizens and so on, because they can't do it themselves. So we go in there, and when those big cracks are in there, we seal them up. We put in attic insulation so their house stays, when they warm their house up, it stays warmer for a longer period of time or cooler for a longer period of time. And without these contracts, these people will never do it, and they'll end up losing 50-60% of their energy costs through these little gaps and insulation voids and so on. And we go in there, we do the whole weatherization, and we save them 50 to 60% every month on their bill. And with the energy crisis now, it's a perfect time to help the community.
I have another question. Do they get some kind of a form, an application form, or do they call the V&V Property Development Corporation?
Yes, Your Honor. In here, there's a scaled down application that I put in here.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
a very
see.
brief application.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a home loan type of application. All we do is ask them for their basic information. After they give us the information, we also give them a Privacy Act notification where everything we write down is confidential, stays locked at my facility, and nobody has access to it. And the application is very basic.
Well, Mr. Valdez, I have to admit, as a kid from El Paso, I always thought that crack was just a natural way of living. I didn't realize the doors met the ground until I got to California. But I'm wondering if it's okay with the mayor and council that once we look more into the program, that we could maybe even accommodate a day where we could assist in the flyers being distributed throughout citywide, and also make a room for Mr. Valdez and his representatives from his firm, make an office space here on a temporary basis for that day, you know, so that way individuals don't have to be calling, what's the name of that city way over there? Whittier?
Whittier, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Mr. Marquez, thank you again.
That's neat. Is this gonna be cold?
Anybody else wishing to speak on items not on the agenda? Okay, we're going to resolutions. Item A1, approval of resolution number 2001-21, approving pre-issued warrants and regular warrants in the amount of $8,271.11. It's not in this one. I'm reading this one over here. I got the wrong agenda. Item A1, public hearing, conduct public hearing and adopt resolution number 72, 2001, authorizing the recording of liens against various real estate properties in the city of Hawaiian Gardens for the delinquent rubbish collection charges.
Move to open the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Joe?
Members of the City Council, we've been notified by Consolidated Disposal Services that there still exist numerous accounts that are unpaid for the collection of rubbish.
Does this come up once a year?
Yes, it does.
Boy, it's a short year, huh?
And we've had this on the last agenda item, as an item for the, for Consolidated to try to resolve some of the accounts, and I believe they have resolved some of them. Even one of them even showed up tonight. The Hawaiian Gardens Municipal Code provides a mechanism for the waste hauler where the council must make a determination of whether or not these accounts are indeed valid, and if they are, they must then record a lien against the property. The property owner then is given an additional 10 days to comply. We did have one owner that we wish to delete from attachment A, and that's Mr. Ray Martinez on 221st Street. There may be additional property owners that may approach us throughout the week, and we will delete them on an ongoing basis. So therefore, staff is recommending that you adopt resolution number 72-2001.
Any?
Can't have a public hearing.
Yeah.
And announce the public hearing. Anybody wanted to speak on the matter?
Anybody want to speak?
It looks like less
They're a lot less than last time,
year,
yes.
yeah.
Anybody wishing to speak on this item, would you please step forward? Anybody
Close public
against?
hearing.
Second.
Any discussion?
I have a question. Do you send letters to all these?
Yes, they've been notified several times. And we had also advertised a public hearing notice in the paper identifying each individual address as well.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye.
Wait a minute.
Was there a motion to?
Yes.
Yeah, there was.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
There was a
Motion
move to close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
motion to close. And it's
Second.
seconded by Glenn.
Yeah. Okay.
We're all in favor.
Motion to approve 72, 2001. Resolution.
Second.
72, 2002.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carried. Item C1, resolutions. Adopt a resolution number 74, 2001, to approve a request by the Community Development Department to approve the preliminary engineer's report for Consolidated Landscaping and Lighting Assessment District, number HGLLAI and 1, and the adoption of the resolution of intention to levy an assessment and setting a public hearing date for July 24th, 2001.
Joe, this is what we do every year, really, isn't it?
That's correct.
I thought so. Yeah, make the motion?
A second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, maybe some. The revenue from the assessment will be $111,154, with expenses to be $257,223. So, is there any other fund to make up the difference other than?
Yes, I'd like to address that issue, if I may, Madam Mayor. The assessment itself is $111,000. However, when the district was taken over from the county, the money that's given to us for property taxes that goes to our general fund is specifically for the landscaping and lighting assessment district. And that money, together with this money, gets us about $257,000. In the new budget you're receiving tonight that's proposed, the actual revenue for that fund that's budgeted for next year is $265,000, $255,000 for taxes and assessments that we really receive from the county when we get our checks every month, and $10,000 from interest we'll be earning on that money. So you have $265,000 as a revenue with $254,000 as your expenditures. They've got $257,000, so we'll have to figure out where the $3,000 difference is. But so we're basically at a break-even point, which is what we want to be in an assessment district.
Okay. No, salaries come out of that too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
Make the motion again.
Second.
Motion carries.
We got to vote.
Gotta ask for a vote.
Somebody's got to vote.
Gotta vote.
Yes or no?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? None. Okay, motion carried.
He's just giving you a bad time.
You will take a medicine.
I appreciate that.
He's
Okay.
already picked on me
All right.
twice.
Item 2, adopt resolution number 75, 2001 to continue temporarily with the budget for fiscal year 2000-2001 pending adoption of the budget for fiscal year 2001 and 2002.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
Madam Mayor.
Motion carried. I'm sorry.
No, I'd just like to, at this point, because this is the point we are on the agenda where I can only do it, is I want to give to you tonight the proposed budget for next year for your review. We're not going to discuss it all, but this is my chance to give it to you in the open public session, and this is the only place on the agenda I'm allowed to discuss it, so that's why I've interrupted. So I'll be giving you the budget right now, and you'll all have some wonderful weekend reading. The other thing
Well, that's very nice of you.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
We need more reading.
Right, and the other thing we need to establish, you and the city administrator can establish what time you want to have your public workshops to discuss the budget, and that needs to be established somewhere so that the public knows when those will be as well. Thank you. First.
Oh, no. Ladies first. See there?
Thank you, thank you. Just what I needed.
You could have had mine. You could have had mine, but you've been mean to me tonight.
That's a nice looking cover.
Well, yeah.
It's all right. There you go, Johnny. Ready, boy. Where's the smoke and mirrors?
Now can we continue?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Guess we were so rude.
C3. Adopt resolution number 76, 2001 to approve pre-issue warrants and regular warrants in the amount of $232,404 and 2.
Motion approved by roll call vote.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Canada?
Yes.
Councilmember Schultz?
Yes.
Councilmember Chides?
Yep.
Mayor Pro Tem Heckerman?
Yes.
Mayor Frida?
Yes.
Mayor and Council, I'm wondering, I see the Ask Me representative here, and I'm wondering if it's okay that we give him a copy of the proposed budget also at this time?
No, don't give me anything. He should be left in the dark.
One to?
Completely in the dark.
Mike, can you,
Sure.
Who are we giving one to? Pete.
Pete, it's as confusing to us as it is to you.
Are you sure? Yeah.
and there'll be a copy also placed at the at our local library.
Pete Misery
Made
loves
available to the
company. You can
public.
read also.
Oh, yes, Pete.
Thank you so much, Madam Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem Council. Jesus Mendoza is our president, and Glenn Cornejo is our chapter chairperson, and between the three of us, we'll read this as closely as we can. We appreciate the consideration. Thank you.
I don't think no one welcomed you to our city.
I always feel welcome here, Mayor. When I go to read this, that's when I really feel chill.
Oh, really? No, our librarian, I didn't say glad to meet you.
Yeah,
and,
we ain't welcoming
welcome
you.
to the city. Okay.
Yes.
I might say that it was nice meeting you the other day, and just wanted to tell you that I have talked to the Human Services Director, who says that he will make an effort to work with you and provide some kind of activity for your reading people.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I'm real pleased with the support that I've gotten, and the community has been very gracious.
Well, just tell Steve don't let it get to his head.
We hope to have a new library one of these years.
Well, that's one of the projects that
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure Steve's licking his chops. Oh, boy.
Okay. Item C4. Adopt resolution number 77-2001 to approve pre-issue warrants and regular warrants in the amount of $22,671.39.
I'll make the motion.
Second by roll call.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Canada?
Yes.
Councilmember Schultz?
Yes.
Councilmember Chides?
Yep.
Mayor Pro Tem Heckerman?
Yes.
Mayor Frida?
Yes. Discussion items. Discussion of the Planning Commission vacancy.
Better fly it.
Better fly.
Better fly that. We need a planning commissioner.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Okay, but we still need one.
Yes, we need to.
We need to
somebody
advertise for one.
Yeah. We will advertise also, I hope, in the community newspaper.
We'll make a big effort
Oh,
to
we
go
have
down to
this
Barney's
before.
on Thursdays.
Not a month from now.
I
Yes,
realize
well,
providing it's not filled.
Mayor and Council, we'll advertise as
Ladies'
requested
night.
by yourselves.
Okay,
That's for all you folks up there in Barney's are watching the council meeting at this point in time. A special invitation for you.
Oh, did we have fun?
okay, item E2. Presentation of city council meeting minutes as followed. June 26, 2001.
I'll make the motion to
Second.
approve.
Any discussion? Motion carries.
Wait,
You gotta have a vote.
how about a vote?
All in favor specify by saying aye.
Aye. See, that's why we jump in to make the motion and second it, because we might not get to vote.
All those opposed?
Well, you got it now.
Well, she's trying to get me out of here so I can go take my medicine.
Oh, okay.
That's what he told me. Hurry up and
Yeah,
get me
Freddie
out of
boy's
here.
getting it
That's what I'm
tomorrow.
trying to do. Okay, council, okay. Motion carries. Closed session?
Hallelujah.
Thank God.
Adjourn. Motion to adjourn to the next regular city council meeting? Oh, we got oral staff report.
Oral staff reports?
Yes, I believe Mr. Montenegro has a couple of events coming up.
Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council, this is a reminder that this Thursday night we had the inauguration for our summer youth baseball program at Ferguson. And, you know, on Friday 13th we had our annual golf tournament. So far we have over 80 entries, and that's great.
Good.
88?
That's
80, over 80. I think it's 82 right now.
0. That's 10 more than we had yesterday.
Okay.
And the following day, on Saturday 14th, we're going to have good boxing, our boxing show in the gymnasium. And on Sunday, July 22nd, our car show at Ferry Middle School.
Can you give us the time on all these events?
I send you a follow-up memo tomorrow with the time and date.
Okay, we got the flyer.
Yeah, we got a list.
Yeah, I send you. I put it in your box tomorrow
Okay, but I was thinking more for the
Public.
for the.
public. Like if you can announce the time.
Okay. For the inauguration of the summer baseball is at 7:30 p.m. And the golf tournament, whoever wants to help out, we're going to be at 5:30 a.m. But the putting contest start at 6:45 and the tee off at 7 a.m. For the boxing show, start the weightings and all that start at 9 a.m. But we expect, that the first fight will start sometime around 12:30.
Will it be like the one last year?
Yes, ma'am.
We had a big crowd, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Except we're having also ladies boxing.
Yeah, we're looking for female fights.
An idea.
Cat fights.
Just
There
come
you
down to
go.
council chambers. You'll be all right.
There you go, Betty.
H and I are ready to sign up.
We might be able to pull out some old videos of some past council chambers. You keep people entertained.
And the car show on the 22nd is from 11 to 5 p.m.
Go to Bellegarde Ridge or something.
What about the powwow?
The powwow is at the end of the month. It's on Saturday, July 28th and Sunday, July 29th. And on Saturday from 12 to 8 p.m. and on Sunday from 12 to 6
At Ferris Ferry.
at Ferry Middle School.
Okay. Oral council reports?
Well, I have one. Uh-oh. Yeah. This is your new Hawaiian Gardens newspaper. It's finally out. There's only one little glitch, and we're going to hopefully get that taken care of. I have been hearing that it was not delivered to every doorstep as was expected to be done. Therefore, we're going to be in contact with them and try to make certain that the next month is delivered to every doorstep. Not on racks, but to the doorsteps.
Those, you're going to direct your city administrator to.
Don't
have that
forget, a
done,
lot
or
of
what?
people have dogs.
They're going to toss them like they would a newspaper. We're not expecting them to walk in and place it on the doorstep.
I know I wouldn't.
They wouldn't be able to come in my apartment.
And for those that, such as Mrs. Canada's, we're going to try and make arrangements to see to it that it's delivered somehow to it.
You can give them to me, I'll throw them in.
Go wad them up and throw them in your front door. Are you going to direct the city administrator to try to get somebody on there?
I've talked to the city administrator, and he has assured me that he will be in contact.
Yes, I was going to talk to Elizabeth. She called, and I was in a meeting today, so I'll call her back tomorrow.
Okay.
So I was in a very important meeting at 1 o'clock today, so
John,
when she called.
is that why Jerry's not here?
Well, I would hope not, but
Well, but
we're not the only
he's
show in
always
town.
here. Well, for him, yeah.
Well, he might have shown up to another meeting. You can't have consistent.
Well, I checked with
John's here.
some of the residents, and I know they received theirs.
Yeah, some
I don't
have,
think
others
my
didn't.
street did.
And for those that might be in the mobile home parks watching this evening, I understand that none of them were delivered. They put them on the rack. And the lady I talked to the other day, her name slips in my mind right now. I'm terrible on names. But anyhow, I informed her that the agreement was that every doorstep, whether it be mobile home or not, every doorstep, so that we could be assured that every person in this community would receive a copy of the newspaper and know what's going on. That's the whole idea of the newspaper to begin with, not stuff it out there and then have them guess. So it's going to be every doorstep.
I heard that we were going to have you were proposed to have a gossip column on it. And we got such a response from all the gossiping people in Hawaiian Gardens, it would have been 8 pages long, so it was costly. And people hated it.
Oh, and it is in both English and Spanish. So
Then it would have been 16 pages long. Yeah.
Item I, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn.
Okay.
I'll vote.
All in favor specify by saying aye.
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 Oh, what's it called?
I'm gonna hit you later.
But I love you anyway.
I'm going to move back.
I am now calling the
What's that meeting?
the Community Redevelopment Agency. Roll call, please.
Director Canada?
Here.
Director Schultz?
Here.
Director Strides?
Hasn't left yet.
Vice Chair Member Heckerman?
Here.
Chairman Frida?
Here. Thank you. Oral communications, items on the agenda. This is a time reserved for members of the audience wishing to speak on items on the agenda. This period will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Maximum time allocated is 15 minutes. Please step forward and give us your name and address for the record. There being no one, items not on the agenda. This is a time reserved for members of the audience wishing to speak on items not on the agenda and within the legislative body's jurisdiction. This period will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Maximum time allocated is 15 minutes. Please step forward and give us your name and address for the record. Item A1, resolutions. Approval of resolutions number 2001-21, approving pre-issue warrants and regular warrants in the amount of $8,271.11.
Move approval.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Director Canada? Yes. Director Schultz?
Yes.
Director Chairez?
Yes.
Vice Chairmember Heckelman?
Yes.
Chairmember Freedom?
Yes. Approval of resolution number 2001-22, approving pre-issue warrants and regular warrants in the amount of $7,181.87.
Move approval.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Director Canada? Yes. Director Schultz?
Yes.
Director Chairez?
Yeah.
Vice Chairmember Heckelman?
Yes.
Chairmember Freedom?
Yes. Motion carried. Discussion items, presentation of the following meeting minutes, June 26, 2001.
Motion approved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye.
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 No closed session items to be presented at this time. Oral staff reports. Oral agency reports.
Move adjournment to July 24th, 2001 at 6 p.m.
Do I hear a second?
Don't need a second to adjourn.
I don't need a second.
Not to adjourn, no. Call for the vote.
Call for the vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
PHU.
Yeah.
I now open Public Housing Authority meeting. Roll call, please.
Director Canada? Here. Director Schultz?
Here.
Director Chairez?
Here.
Vice Chairmember Heckelman?
Here.
Chairmember Freedom?
Yes.
Have your quorum.
Thank you. This is the time reserved for members of the audience wishing to speak on items on the agenda. This period will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Maximum time allocated is 15 minutes. Anybody wishing to speak, please step forward and give us your name and address for the record. Do we have a public hearing on this? No. No public hearing.
Yes.
Conduct public hearing and approve resolution number 08-2001 to approve the warrants for housing assistance payments.
I see the public hearing listed here. Well, no, not for the warrants, but it's the update, right? Wiley?
Yes, it is. It's the update for the Public Housing Agency Plan.
The warrants is not in relation to this. That's a separate item.
That's a separate item.
Yes. So, with all due respect, at this time, it's been requested that resolution 8-2001 reflect the public hearing on the updating the Public Housing Authority plan and to separate the warrant of $43,329 for a separate item.
That's not included in this package either. You don't have your warrant registered with this.
So that's not even part of the agenda at all.
No, it isn't.
Isn't this a carryover from our 626 meeting?
Yes.
There's a public hearing just for this.
Oh, for this one? Okay. Resolution number 08-2001. A resolution of the Public Housing Authority for the City of Hawaiian Gardens approving an updated Public Housing Authority plan.
To Honorable Mayor and City Council members, this item is basically on the agenda to comply with HUD regulations that went into effect as of last year. Basically, those requirements require that all public housing agencies must have a 5-year plan and an annual plan. Each one of those plans specify certain purposes. The annual plan basically outlines the Housing Authority's operations, policies, resources, and goals that the agency has for providing rental assistance to low-income families for the upcoming year. And the Housing Authority's 5-year plan basically outlines the Housing Authority's mission, long-range goals, and the strategy for accomplishing those goals. We prepared and submitted our 5-year plan and annual plan as of last fiscal year. As of this year, what the agency is required to do is to submit to HUD any update reflecting any changes to our policies or to our plan that was submitted as of last year. Basically, there are no changes being made at this time, and so basically we're submitting an update to HUD to that effect. There is one pending item that's a part of this process, which we will be coming back to you at a later date on, and that is the process that the Housing Authority needs to complete in order to establish a resident advisory board. So we will be coming back to you at a later date for that.
Move to open a public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Aquí lo mismo. This is safe right here.
I'm going to ask somebody to get up.
They did.
They didn't.
Somebody to speak. Yes.
They have.
Anybody wishing to speak please step forward and give us your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Jane Hunter. I'm representing the Coalition for Justice in Hawaiian Gardens and Jerusalem. I'm not required by any law to give any address. I just want to...
Give us your name and address.
Excuse me. I just want to say that the resolution that you just voted on does not appear in the packet out on the counter, and I'm wondering if anybody has located it and if there was a piece of paper extant for the resolution on which you just voted.
We didn't vote on a resolution, ma'am. We voted to open a public hearing. Once again, you're wrong.
Okay, well, the resolution that apparently is to be considered and voted on during this public hearing, I don't see that piece of paper. I'm just curious, does it exist?
Also, the resolution, the item is on the agenda, so.
We're talking about Resolution 8, 2001.
Gee, it might have disappeared, Jane. I don't know.
Well, maybe you're supposed to disclose it before you do action on it.
Well, we do. But maybe if somebody took it, then, maybe you can't help it. But, if somebody takes it. It's not a fine.
Crime.
Oh, it's a crime now. Well, shoot us. I mean, get the gun out.
Geez, I mean, go hunt.
There it is, right there. Stand corrected again, Jane. Where's it at?
Think before you speak.
Madam,
Need to go into your own
I
city.
I would proceed with, if there's anybody else that needs to talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
Is there anybody else that would like to talk about the updated plan?
Anybody else would like to speak on the updated plan? Please step forward.
Move to close public hearing.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Move to waive further reading and adopt resolution number A08, 2001.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item C1, presentation of the following meeting minutes, June 26, 2001.
Motion
Do
to
I-
approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We need
Any
to rename a
discussion?
different reso on the warrants.
There are no warrants.
There are no warrants?
That was
Okay.
that was from our 6/26/01 meeting, which
Okay.
we had already approved.
Okay. I was wondering if there was warrants in there. I didn't see them.
No.
So,
Okay.
So all in favor?
Oh,
Did I hear? Has it been approved?
Oh,
Approve the minutes.
Okay.
Aye.
aye.
Motion carried. No closed
Thanks for your
session
help,
at this
Jane.
time.
You're a real positive person here.
Oral staff reports.
Right.
Oral agency reports.
Of adjournment to Tuesday, July 24th, 2001 at 6 p.m.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mayor and Council, I do need to ask, as the Finance Director has indicated, the distribution of the proposed budget has been submitted to you. I'd like to know what is your pleasure in regards to meeting on this in order to review.
ASAP.
you want a date.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. As to what would be.
Sure we have an opening. Got so many
yeah.
things coming up. Or next month.
Next one,
Whatever your wish is.
this month.
We need to do something very
Darn
quickly on
quick.
this.
Already 10 days late.
Oh, I got my calendar. Okay. How about the 16th?
That's what I have open, 16th.
Yeah, 16th, 23rd. Next two Mondays? 16th,
I'm not
23rd?
open the 16th.
Not open the 16th. What about,
What do you do?
what about the third Tuesday? We only have we have the water dedication at 9:30 a.m. And that,
Yeah.
the rest of the day should be open, is it? For everybody else?
No, not really.
No, no, it isn't. Not for me anyway.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
When you open?
The 16th, I mean 17th.
The 17th.
Maybe we want to check it all out before we make any time schedule.
News to me.
Yeah, that,
What do you have 17th? Got something cooking
On Street.
17th?
didn't you get any tickets?
I didn't get any of them.
Well, we better try
Well, I
to
only need
move
one,
something in
so-
there because we're going to be out of town the next 2 weeks.
Are you, excuse me, Mayor, are you not available the 17th?
Well, I had been invited to the employees picnic.
Everybody gets 4 tickets, there's 3 there, so I'll remove
Well,
one.
you can go to the employees' picnic
They have,
for 2 or 3 hours, but you don't have to be there all day, do you?
there's 3 there.
Well, you know, okay, then this place will just run amok into the ground because you can't give up 2 or 3 hours.
17th.
Who handed us these tickets for the water thing?
They were all supposed to be given to you all as to, that came from the Southern California Water District.
Well, Michi didn't get hers. I don't need 4.
Well,
No, each of you.
Mine.
There-
trying to set a date on the,
Rose has yours,
I tried
Michi.
that.
I'll give her.
The
Rose has
17th.
yours. Each of you received 4
Okay,
invitations.
what,
17th open for you, Betty? Michi?
after the water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Fine with me.
So,
17th,
we
okay.
don't fix a time,
Whatever time at your convenience.
Mayor?
I'm open.
5:30?
5:30?
Same time?
Whatever
During
you
the
wish.
day.
It's day.
Yeah, I mean,
We're going.
the 9:30 dedication is going to take from 9:30 to what, 10:30 or so?
Yeah, 9:30, 10:30, maybe.
I would say 11.
11. Gonna make it over here, Pat,
1 o'clock here
at 11.
or 11 o'clock
Okay,
here.
11 o'clock.
How's
here.
11 sound? Give us an excuse to back out of the deal later.
How about 12?
Now, can you
been
make sure
around
you
let
get
it
Michi
long.
some of those tickets?
Now, as far as once again, as far as those invitations, I asked where else each of you were supposed to receive 4, because we received the. So I'll make sure that. Okay. So.
Stay focused here. Okay, so 17th,
11 a.m.
Okay.
Where's the keys to Lee Ware?
Okay. Thank you all very much.
Okay. The kid's throwing up in the pool. Help us, Glenn, help us.
You know what? Like this
We're
with our
adjourned.
next council meeting, we leave after the meeting for Monterey, and that's gonna be a 6-hour drive. We're gonna get there when midnight or something.
Do I need any of this stuff? Yes, I want to save some.
Check in. Why can't we move this thing?
Oh, is it? Oh, geez, I don't know what we
It's
do
not
with it.
going.
Here to always correct us, make sure we're doing the right thing.
You'd have it